It's a very chilly Monday morning, but before I start work, I thought I'd go every time. I thought I'd go to the container and pick up the parcels that I need to send out for this weekend. I think it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday sales, and then we were also at the Carboot sale yesterday as well. So I went to 2 Carboot sales for the first time in ages. It was so cold, so dark, so early. I regret not going to the Carboot sales in the summer, or like a lot of them, because why have I decided now to go to them when it's like pitch dark in the mornings? But yeah, we did get a few things from there, so I'll go over them when I get back to the flat and I'll show you what has sold as well. So let's get to the container. We have arrived. First time I've been here really early in the morning for ages, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get all the parcels here, take them back to my flat, and then I'll go through them with you there. Can't sleep this morning because it's too early and I still need to work all day. See you back at the flat. Right, I'm just back in the flat now, and I'm just going to go through what we got at the Carboot sale first, and then I'll go through what's sold as well. I've got my little, what do you even call that? My little apprentice here to help me out. If you can see her, yeah, she's just gonna be doing my nutting like in the last video. Sorry, something just came up on my phone about the InPost. I'm waiting on something arriving at the InPost locker, and it said it was out for delivery, and it's like it's past that now, and it's been like 4 days and still not at the lockers. So hopefully that doesn't get sent back. But I need to stop getting distracted. Carboot sale yesterday, went to 2 of them, went to the Corn Exchange and I went to the one in Musselburgh. The one at the Corn Exchange was actually alright. There was quite a lot of cars. I probably should have stayed there longer because the Musselburgh one was terrible. It was not the best this time. Well, I picked up one thing that I'll show you. So I got one thing from there and everything else was from the Corn Exchange. So the one thing that I got, the Musselburgh one, was this pair of Skechers. He was asking for £7. Now I thought these were like brand new, but I think they're new, never been worn kind of type shoes. But like, as you can see in like there, it's like the writings came off, but the writings no came off of that one. So maybe the person's wore them like in the house or something, or very rarely. So I've just listed that in the description. But yeah, he was asking for £7 on these, so took them off his hands. But hopefully the next Carboot sale on it, I'll be able to record it. I'm just not sure yet because it's really dark now as well, so it's not like you're going to really see anything. Especially if I go to the ones that are indoors, like it'll be so dark. But let me get into this bag before Peach gets into the bag. The Corn Exchange, I think this was the first thing that I actually picked up. Was this pair of Nike Reacts. It's got the, I don't know what you call that again, but it's like metallic, I don't know what you call it again. I remember I had a pair of TN 97s that had this like metallic green look, so I thought they would be alright to pick up, especially when they were only £5 and they'll just need a little clean. The bubbles are intact as well, so yeah, barry little pickup there. So at that same stall I picked up clothing as well, but they were taking quite a while to get the stuff out. But there's 2 items of clothing that I picked up there that I've sold already and is paid for everything that I've picked up at a Carboot sale, so that's good, especially when I just listed it yesterday. And those 2 items of clothing was this crew quarter zip. Now I just listed it for £15 because I need to stop being like greedy or trying to get as much as I can out of like some items. I just need to try and like see what the profit margins are and if it's good enough for me. So I picked this up for £3 and sold it for £14, so that was good enough for me. It was up for 15 and they sent an offer for 14. I was like, why do people send offers for like £1 less? Like, if I was getting something, I would not send an offer for £1 less. It would be like 40% less I'd send the offer for, and then I'd get rejected. And then this was the other thing that sold, and this actually sold for £15. I think I had this one up for £17.99, so I was like, £15, that's a nice in the middle price. But it's a Paul Smith, and it's got that graffiti print on the front, so I think this is quite a sought after t-shirt for Paul Smith because I've not really seen it anywhere. And the ones that I did see, they were all going for like £15 plus, which is always good for a t-shirt, especially at this time of year as well. And then the last item of clothing, this one hasn't sold unfortunately yet, is this plain navy blue Gant t-shirt. So this will be the last one to sell out of them all. But yeah, as I was saying, they were getting things out, but they were taking ages. I think they had football tops as well, but the daughter said like, "Oh, are these the ones you got in Spain, the fake ones?" And she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, well, I've missed out there," because I could hear them talking about football tops. I was like, just getting ready to rummage the bag, but nah, unfortunately, they were fakos. And then the last thing that I got, which is perfect for this time of year, and I actually made it last night, is a soup maker. I picked this Barry thing up for only £2. I was like, that's alright. Don't know what brand it is. Morphy Richards, probably not the best brand to pick up for soup makers. I don't know. I'm guessing like Panasonic ones and stuff are the better makes. But she says it's new, never been used, but I don't know if you can see that in the camera. It literally looks like it's been through the wars, so I'm not sure about that. But it's got all the stuff in the inside. Who knows, maybe I'll use it myself, because I made some tomato soup last night for me and Jamie Lee, and I thought it was going to be terrible, and it turned out to be alright. Forgot to get a picture, so fortunately you guys aren't going to get to see my tomato soup. And I think that was everything from the Carboot sale. So like I said, it's not that much that I got, but you've got to start somewhere, eh? Got to start back at the Carboot sales and work our way back up again. I think when I'm at the Carboot sales as well, I get a bit awkward asking like prices, like constantly asking people prices, because I feel like they think I'm wanting to buy it, and it just feels so awkward. I've probably picked like the worst hobby or thing to do when you're an anxious person like me and you're constantly having to ask people things. And then you think I'm not anxious because I do YouTube videos, but it's because I'm speaking to myself. Even speaking to myself, I feel like a weirdo. Right, now I'll go through the solds. I've already showed you a couple of the solds there, so let me go through the other ones. So this was from Friday to until like this morning, basically, because that crew one came through. I bet you my hat is no in place again. I noticed that in the other video. But we finally sold the vintage wool like jumper. Now this is a really nice jumper as well. I'll pop up on the screen like how much it sold for, but it was £27.22 that I get, so it must have been about £29 or something. But the quality on this was really good, and it was a really nice jumper. I think I picked this up for £4 out of the Salvation Army. That was quite a while ago now. I think that was like when, I think that was almost last winter that I picked up, or like around March time. So it must have been about March this year, or honestly this could have been from like last year, but it's finally sold, thank God. Then these two games that I picked up in a Bernardo's, the Guitar Heroes, I just bundled them together. I listed them for, I think it was £9.99, so I'll get £9.25 for that. So that's not too shabby. I've sold these on Vinted, but I'm on eBay looking at the deleted listings, because that's how I get like the SKU number and take them out the boxes and stuff. So the Ireland wool jumper, that sold for £24.99, and I think the Guitar Heroes sold for £8, I think. I picked these both up for £2 each alongside some other games. I think I've already made the money back on them as well, so that's not too bad. Then a pair of Paul Smith jeans. Now I think they sold for, I think it was £15 on Vinted. I don't think I'll pick up Paul Smith again, because I picked up these and I felt like there was just no interest in them for absolutely ages, which is weird because I see other people pick up Paul Smith and theirs do totally fine, so a bit of a strange one. Now on to the actual ones that sold on eBay, which is, I'm very surprised this sold as well, was this vintage 90s Washington Redskins like sweatshirt. Now it's got a big stain on the front, which I've obviously, you can see in the photo, and I've taken loads of photos of it, but I think it's because it's like obviously from the 90s. Like, people will still take that and wear it or try and fix it. But that sold for £18.60, or that's how much I'll get for it, which I was no gonna say no to. I only picked this up for £1 on Whatnot, so £1 and £18.60, bargain. Peach is kicking the swear word out the carpet. Then also I accepted an offer on this Hugo Boss shirt. I've been trying to shift this for quite a while now. I think I actually picked this up in the charity shop for like £6 or £7, so really should not have picked this up. And it went for £11.61. Once again, that's what I'll receive, so it would have been about like £12.99 or something. And that was it. I think someone also sent me an offer for this Fred Perry polo shirt, £24.99. I accepted it, but the payment didn't come through, so we'll see if that comes through today as well. But it's the vintage Fred Perry green tag as well. Hopefully that comes through. And that was everything. If I go to the lockers by the end of this video, then I'll put this in after here as well. I've still got stuff that I need to pick up from the lockers that I got on Vinted, so hopefully you'll be able to see that. Hopefully they get delivered. Who actually knows? But if they don't, then Peach says, see you later, because she's going mental. She's going mental. She's crazy. Speak to them. No, she gets camera shy. She's like, get out of my face. You not like that? She just wants to bite everything. Right, I'm just back from the InPost lockers and I've got the 2 parcels. Unfortunately, the Wii U has still not arrived at the lockers, so I'm guessing that is probably lost. And then when I contacted InPost, they were like, oh, can you tell me the dimensions and what it looks like? I'm like, no, because I'm waiting to receive it. So that wasn't very good. But I'll crack these bad boys open. I don't know if this just opens that way. I'm confused how this person's. Oh, I see. I come see, I come sir. Right. Let's see what we've got here. At least it's not toilet paper this time. Yes, I did get another Nintendo Switch. But this time, okay, we went for the yellow colour. Now, let's see if it's got any scratches. I don't think it does. I think if it's got a scratch, it's very faint. Will it Perron? Yes. Factory reset. So I think I picked this one up. I think it was for £50, and they said there was a little mark on the R button, but I think I can get that out. But yeah, another wee switch. I'm kind of into trying to pick up the switches at the moment. Obviously it's quite expensive picking these up, so the profit that you're getting in this is still a lot, but it's not like, I don't know. The way I was looking at it is, if I'm paying up for these, but I'm still making like 40-50 quid off them, it's better than picking up a clothing item for like £1 and getting like £15 for it. I don't know, that was my way of looking at it. Everything seems to be intact. The thing with these is usually like, see the analog sticks, they're usually like hanging on by a thread. But aye, we've got another Nintendo Switch to get listed. We'll test it out. She's what?
She's put that spring under the couch again.
She just found her OG spring in the living room somehow, and now she's lost it. Sip. And I've got another parcel to go through. Let's just crack this one right open. I think it was a tenner on these, £10 or £12. But these are a cool pair. Quite a different pair of New Balance 327s. These are quite a good colourway because they've got the pink N. It's like 3 colours in one, but when I looked at the solds on eBay, there were some like, of the women's pairs as well, selling for like £45 plus. So I'm pretty sure this is a good size. I think it's a 5.5. Oh god, the pink's been rubbing off though. So yeah, it's a 5.5 UK. So they'll just need a little wipe, and then I'll be able to list them as well. So another nice Vinted pickup right there. And that is all. That's the last of the Vinted pickups, apart from the Wii U that is still yet to arrive there, which who knows what's happened to that. There's nothing even on the tracking, so we'll have to wait and find out what happens. But yeah, if you liked the video, you know what to do. I'm not even going to say it. See you all later.